Sadhavi, handling mathematics from Vagdevi College. So as you are aware of integration, this topic already started by Sir, and the continuation, that is definite integration, here I am dealing with. So indefinite integration you people have already studied. Related to that, the continuation, definite integrations you are going to study here now with me. So integration formulae you may be remembering, I hope so. What is integration of x raised to n? This is x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus integral constant c you used to write now. So when c it appears, if the integration is indefinite. If the limits are not put, these are said to be limits. Okay, these are said to be limits. Integration of the function with respect to with the limits 0 to 1. So this is said to be lower limit, this is said to be upper limit. From 0 to 1, this is how you have to make the analysis. Integration of x raised to 5. So can you tell me the difference between summation and integration, students, here? Summation means it is for discrete, integration it is like a continuous. Okay, discrete means what? If it is 1 to 10, okay, 1 to 10 means how are you going to put the numbers in between 1 to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on like this. At this particular point 1, at this particular point 2, so the points are mentioned, these are said to be what? Discrete, and to make the study on discrete points we are using the summation operation. And how are you going to distinguish between the integration from summation? So this is also one of the operators and it is applied for continuous functions. Continuous function means if I say 1 to 10, 1 to 10 means a closed interval 1 to 10, 1 to 10 means what all the points you will find in between. It is need not to be 2 directly, it can be 1, 2, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, so on it continues. So not necessarily 1.2 only, it may be 1.0001, 1.002. So you can make the points in between, how many are going to be lying. So here you find an infinite number of points. Am I right? So 1 to 10. 1 to 10 means whether 1 lies in the range? Yes. 2, yes. 2.3, yes. 4, yes. 5, yes. Up to 10. But here if I say 1 to 10, 2.2 is not going to be considered because it is for discrete. So this is how we differentiate what? Integration from summation. Okay, this is said to be summation. Only the thing like information I just shared with you, but we are studying definite integration now. Okay, definite integration means you will be given integration with the limits. This is said to be what? Lower limit. And this one is said to be upper limit. How are you going to solve for such integrations? That we will check it out. So in general we say this as definite integration. Okay. So how are you going to try the integration formula, relevant formula you are using? The same way, integration of x raised to n means what was the thing? N into x raised to n minus 1, is it this? No, this is for differentiation. So what is the formula for integration? X raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So whenever integration is there, no, you will get the coefficient, attached coefficient with the extra degree 1 here in the denominator. Differentiation means it will be like continuing with the product form. Here integration means it will come in the denominator, the degree. For example, x raised to 3. X raised to 3 means extra 1 degree, 4 by 4. Is it not? This is how you have studied. Suppose I ask you to find integration of sine 2x plus c, of course you have to write, okay, if it is indefinite. Sine 2x the integration is minus cos 2x divided by 2. What the formula you are using here? Sin ax integration is equal to cos ax by a with minus sign. So what is a? A is 2. Suppose the same thing if I take it as x by 2. Sin x by 2 the integration. Then it will be cos x by 2 divided by a. What is a? Except x. What are the elements you find? No, that will be like a. So here 1 by 2. So what should I write in place of a? 1 by 2. Got it? So this is for sine. Similarly, exponential e raised to minus 3x dx if it is differentiation, what it will be? Differentiation e raised to minus 3x as it is because exponential derivative, and minus 3x it is equal to minus 3. See, this is how it will be continuing in product form. And here what it will be? E raised to minus 3x divided by minus 3. This is what the formula for integration it is. So whenever integration is appearing, it will be like the coefficient constant, it will be in the denominator. Please do remember that one. So here, how are we going to solve the definite integration examples? That is the question. So here x raised to 5 was given. No? Its integration is x raised to 6 divided by 6. Correct? Okay. Earlier, without a range, if it is, you used to put c, that is integral constant. Now, if the definite integration limits are provided, then the c will not be considered. C you should not write. So, what should be written? C should not be written means only the result of the function x raised to 6 by 6. Next, limits you have to put, no? So, you have to put a function in the square bracket. Outside the square bracket, you can just make it the limit existence 0 to 1 for our understanding. You can just even write a replacement x equal to 0 to 1. With respect to x, the integration, no? That's why the variable x is equal to 0 to 1, the replacements. Okay, x raised to 6 divided by 6. What I will do now, in place of x, I will put 1, first limit. Formula says upper limit minus lower limit. So this is the thing. Okay, what is upper limit? This is upper limit. Wherever x exists, no, that you have to replace it by 1. So 1 raised to 6 divided by 6, this is our upper limit. In between, minus sign. Lower limit, in place of x you have to put 0. 0 by 6, 0 raised to 6 by 6, 0 by anything will be 0. Is it not? 1 raised to 6 is equal to 1. 1 by 6 minus 0 is equal to 1 by 6 is the answer. Got it? Let me repeat. This is the very first example. What are we trying it in? Definite integration. Definite integration means what? You will be given function, the integration in which limits are mentioned. Which limits? Lower limit, upper limit. So what you have to do? The simplification with the limits, it will appear only in the end. Only in the end. That is like extra simplification. Now what to be done? As usual, the integration you are performing, the same way integration is to be performed. Write the result. Next, extra simplification, this is extra. In the end, upper limit minus lower limit. Wherever x it appears, replace that by 1. Suppose the limits are from 1 to 2, replace x by 2, replace x by 1, that will be the lower limit. Upper limit minus lower limit. Simplification, algebraic expression it is, you can sort it out. Okay? Is this clear? Let me make you understand one more simple example. E raised to, integration e raised to 2x dx, and the limits are from 2 to 4. What is e raised to integration? E raised to ax by a. Is it not? So e raised to 2 is like a, e raised to 2x divided by 2, and the limits are from 2 to 4. is done. Okay, integration is done, and the limits you have to take for the further simplification. 2 to 4. In place of x, you have to replace. You have to make the replacement of x by upper limit and lower limit. E raised to 2 into 4. Shall I write in detail? 2 into 4 divided by 2. This is upper limit. Better you put it in the parenthesis whenever you get the answer. Because few examples it will be with minus sign. If you don't put parenthesis, again it will be like a mistake, error. Okay. So why take chances? Better go by using parenthesis. Put x equal to 2. What you get? E raised to 2 into 2 divided by 2. Okay, solve for this. Well, that will be the answer. E raised to 8. Am I right? Divided by 2. Minus e raised to 4 divided by 2. So further simplification, if it is going further, you can solve it further. LCM will be 2. Am I right? E raised to 8. E raised to 8 minus e raised to 4. This is your choice. How are you going to sort it out? It is left to you. E raised to 8. How are you going to put 4 into 2 is our e raised to 8. Is it not? Now e raised to 4 raised to 2 like. So e raised to 4 you can take common because this is like e raised to 4 the square and here it is e raised to 4. If you take common, it will be e raised to 4 minus 1 divided by 2. This is the reduction form. Nothing is going to be cancelled, but it can be put in the reduction form. This is also true. Some more reduction is done here. This is also true. Okay. Let us go further. Few simple examples here as well. Dx divided by 1 plus x square is to be integrated. What do you know about this one? A direct formula. Am I right? So integration of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is equal to tan inverse x. Am I right? Tan inverse x. So integration is equal to, what is this? Tan inverse x I will put. Got it? Next, the limits are to be taken. Better you use which bracket? Square bracket. X equal to 1 to root 3. And it is equal to tan inverse x. X means in place of x you have to put root 3. Tan inverse root 3 minus tan inverse 1. Is it not? So this implies. For what value of tan it will be root 3? 60 degree, no? Do you remember? Okay. For what value of tan? For what value of theta? Tan will be 1. Is it 45 degree? So 45 degree is equal to 15 degree. Is the answer. So you will be getting in constants. Finally, in the end, every time you will be getting a constant kind. Here, did you understand a constant you got in the previous case? In the previous example also you check this out. Here also constant. E raised to 4 value it happens. Here it is not e raised to x. It is ending with the constant value. A particular constant value you will be finding in the end. Okay. Check this out. How can we check, means make it in the correct format? The thing it should be like 1 plus x square, or let me give you a general formula. Integration of 1 divided by x square plus a square is equal to 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a. This is the formula. Please do remember this one. It's a general formula. You can be using this in any of the case. Even if it is 1, say x square plus 1 square. 1 square is 1. X square plus 1 square means x square plus 1, like, so for that the formula it was like tan inverse x. Here tan inverse x by 1, 1 by 1 tan inverse x it will be. Suppose in place of a something else other than 1 it is there, then this formula is very useful. Okay, now what I will do, the format it should be like purely x square. In our example, no, x square is with the coefficient 9. So this 9 you have to, what you have to do, you don't have to eliminate and make it 0. You can make it 1 by taking 9 common. further. This is the thing, dx divided by 9, I am taking it out. So what you get, if you take a 9 outside the bracket, here with the first term x square it happens, with the second term 4 by 9. Very easily you can get the simplification for the second term. What to be done? 4 divided by 9 you have to put. Even if you take this 9 inside the bracket, no, you must be getting the original expression. Just take this out, 9x square plus 9 into 4 by 9 is 9 cancels, you will be finding 4 is in the question. Is it not? Question, it should remain unaltered, like that the simplification it should be done. Arrangements should be done. Okay. Why is it required? Do you remember the format? It should be in this way. X square plus a square. So a square now we have to write. No, what I will do now? 0 to 3 by 2 dx divided by 9 x square plus 4 by 9 is there. No, you have to write this 4 by 9 in square form. Why it should be in square form? Because it should be in this pattern. Then only we will be applying this formula. Easily we can compare and make the answer. Okay. 4 by 9 the square means, can we say 2 by 3 the square? 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Okay, here perfect square numbers are given. Suppose perfect squares are not there. For example, if it is 11. Okay, if this is 8. In that case it will be 8 taking outside 11 by 8. So 11 by 8. But 11 by 8 it's not a perfect square. These are not perfect square numbers, but we have to get it in the square format. Then how to make the manipulation here? 11 means, can we say root 11 its square is 11, is it not? 8 means root 8 its square is 8. This is how we will be making the square pattern, a square pattern, because here it is required. So shall we switch to the previous question itself? Okay, what was there? 4 by something. So here it was 9x square, this way it was 4, and 9 we took common, and here we got 4 by 9. Am I right? So 4 is nothing but 2 the square, 9 is nothing but 3 the square. Okay. Now this 9, no, I will take it out. How can I? 1 divided by 9. This is how I will put. So is it of the form? Check this one. Is it of the form? dx, x square, a square. Compare and say the result. Here, what the result it should be? 1 by a. A means what? 2 by 3. Okay. Next, tan inverse. X by a. A means what? 2 by 3. This is done. Integration is done. But etc. the constants are there. No, that you have to carry out as it is. This is our answer. Plus C we would have written if the limits are not given. If limits are given, then you have to continue further. Extra simplification is there. So what to do? 0 to 3 by 2 you have to consider limits in place of x. Now what will be the answer? Just check this out. 1 by 9. Okay. 1 by 2 by 3. Whether it will be reciprocated? 3 it comes in the numerator. 3 by 2. Okay. Sine inverse, no, not sine, tan inverse. This 3 will be coming with the x on reciprocating. 3x by 2 is the final expression. That is theta, tan inverse theta. Okay, 0, 3 by 2. In place of x, you have to make the replacements. Okay, shall we try with 1 by 9? You just keep it completely outside. I will take a curly bracket to make the difference between 3 by 2. You can just take 3 by 2 as well, outside 3 by 2. You can take. Next, put x equal to 3 by 2 here. X equal to what? 3 by 2. Tan inverse 3 by 2 and here 3 by 2 into, because x. Next, this is upper limit, okay? Lower limit, you just check this out, 0. In place of x, if you put 0, 3 into 0, 0, 0 by anything, 0, tan inverse 0 you will be getting. So tan inverse 0 is nothing but 0. This is 0. Please do remember. In between minus sign. Upper limit minus lower limit. So what is the answer? Final answer here. So 3 cancels. Here you will be finding 3 3s are 1 by 6. 1 by 6. Tan inverse 3 into 3. 9. 2 by 2 means 3 by 2 it will be. So 9 by 4 you will get. Tan inverse 9 by 4. Minus 0. So this we will discard and we will be terminating our answer at this step. This is the final answer. So don't think that every time you will be ending with the standard angles like this, how we find best with 60 degree, 45 degree, is it not? So every time it will not be like that. Sometimes it will be appearing, getting results with the standard angles. Sometimes it will be not like a standard angle. If it is not a standard angle, you have to keep as it is. No doubt in that. Okay. So these are the things what we tried just now. I think you understood. Let me try next example. Zero to 1, x dx x square plus 1. So this I think you might have studied by substitution. If the degree of the denominator polynomial is more than the degree of the numerator polynomial expression, means it should be reduced by 1. Here 2 means degree should be 1. If it is 3, degree should be 2. If it is 4, degree should be 3. In that case, you will go by substitution method. So there are many more types or methods to get the integration done. So this is first thing, by using direct formula also you can get it solved. Integration direct formula means what? Direct formula means integration raised to n. Okay, integration of e raised to x, integration, what all the indefinite integrations you have studied, no? All those using formula, no? We can get it solved. Direct formula we can use. Second, integration by substitution. By substitution, integration by triangular method. Okay, this triangular method is there. Next, integration by Elite rule. Elite rule. Elite means inverse, logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric, exponential. So Elite rule. Okay. These are the few things for your syllabus. It is discussed, and we are going to start with the direct rule. You understood? By substitution, what is it that I will make you understand? I told you, no, if the degree of numerator polynomial is reduced by 1 of the degree of the denominator polynomial, then you are going by substitution method in case of algebraic expression. Okay. So what is the concept, you know? If you put a denominator as the different function, its a derivative, it should be appearing in the numerator. That's it. Put denominator x square plus 1 equal to t. You can take any other variable, it is your choice. You can take u, v, but should not take x because already it is in the form of x only. Okay, now you differentiate. Differentiate with respect to x. Why is it needed? Tell me. Why is it needed means here dx is there, no? That's why the replacement for dx is also should be there. Okay, I will write this step. Okay, I will not put the limits now only. I will not put the limits now itself. What I will do? I will just go on substituting and making you understand why is it required the form. Integration, limits I will put it in the end. Okay. What we have taken? X square plus 1 equal to t. So this is our t. Now what is left? This x and dx is left. Now that also should be put in which form? T form, because we are making a integration function with new terms. Earlier it was with x, now it will be with new term t. So each and everything it should be in terms of t now. So dx is there. At least for the replacement of dx, you must be differentiating. So soon after this one declaring the step in substitution method. So what is the next step? Differentiating with respect to x. So differentiate with respect to x, what you will get? X square derivative is 2x dx plus constant derivative is 0, derivative of t is dt. You can even write in this form, x square derivative 2x plus 0, t the derivative dt by dx. Okay, but we don't have dt by dx expression, no? That's why we will be putting like this, 2x into dx is equal to dt, like this we will be taking. Okay, so you can just go by this or this, it is your choice, but by both the methods, by both the procedure, you will be getting the same replacement, no worries. Okay, now you check. In the numerator, x dx is there. Now what I will do, x dx I will put it here itself. You have to go on checking with every step whether which is required, whether only dx is required, x is also there, means x dx is required. So every time you have to go on analyzing the steps. X into dx, dt by 2. How come 2? This 2 here I shifted. So it will come in the denominator, dt by 2. Now what will be the answer here? What was that? Integration t. Okay. X dx is equal to dt by 2. dt by 2. Integration, this 1 by 2, no, I will take it completely outside. What you got? dt by t. So do you remember? Integration of 1 by x dx is equal to ln x, no? What you say? Log x to the base e it will be. That's why we say ln x sometimes. Ln x and log x are same. Log x to the base e. Okay. Log x to the base 10 also is there. To the base e, any other number is also there. If it is log x to the base e, we say ln x as well. Got it? Natural law. Log x to the base e. This is understood, and we don't write every time e the base. That is fine. It is understood. So is it of the form 1 by t, 1 by x, dt, dx, log x is the answer. Here it should be log t, 1 by 2. Is it not? So log t, okay. Why I have not taken limits, you will understand now. Log, what was t? The substitution, what we considered, t is nothing but x square plus 1. This is what we analyzed. Is it not? After replacing with t, now I will be considering the limits as 0 to 1. Why I didn't write the limits here means the function given, it was in x, and the new function what we framed, it was in t with some arrangements there. That's why these limits what are given, no, it is applicable for x, not for the new variable t what we framed the function just now. Okay, so it is very much required to get the t variable in original expression in terms of x. So after getting into x, no, then you take the limits. Again, don't integrate it back, already integrated, put it in x, then take the limits. Now it is done. So first step, first procedure is done now. 1 by 2. As usual, we will take it outside completely. First limit. In place of x, put 1. 1 square. 1 plus 1 is 2 log 2. Upper limit. In place of x, 0. 0 square. 0. 0 plus 1. 1 log 1. Log 1. In between minus sign. Curly bracket closes here. But log 1 equal to 0. Please do remember this is a fixed value. You can just remember like the standard angles of with the values, you remember, no? The same way log 1 equal to 0, you just take it for granted. Okay. Then what the answer we are left with? Log 2 divided by 2. Why divided by 2? This one. So please don't write plus c. If you write plus c, it is wrong. Should not be written because it is definite integration. Got it? Okay. So this is by substitution. Okay. Listen students, next one more example here I have considered 0 to 1 x into e raised to x, the integration with respect to x. Okay, how we use the differentiation with respect to x? For the same way integration with respect to x or with respect to what is mentioned, that should be clearly told. Okay, these are the limits, this is the function to be integrated, and as you know there are two functions. It is not like x plus or minus in between, it is x into. So whenever it is like plus or minus in between the functions, no, you can separately integrate. For example, integration of x plus e raised to x means integration of x is x square by 2 because degree it was 1, x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus e raised to x, the integration is e raised to x. If it is minus sign in between, then also you can make it separately, the integration performed. Suppose in between multiplication and division is there, no, then you are not allowed to make the integration separately. If you write integration of x as x square by 2, okay, and integration of e raised to x is e raised to x. If you write this one, no, this is wrong. So you should be very careful whenever you are given function with the multiplication sign or the division. Division means like this, division, x by e raised to, that way. Okay. So you cannot separate the terms and integrate, that you have to understand. So if not like separating in between, if it is integration of in between function is multiplication and division, then which rule is applicable? That is the question, is it not? So which rule? You must be knowing, that Elate rule. Okay, I will tell you one more advanced rule is there, Bernoulli rule, which will be very helpful for your CET questions to get the correct answer directly, like very quickly, in the case if such a function is there. Even if it is x raised to 2, x raised to 12, x raised to 20, then the simplification will be very easy using one more rule, that we will discuss it later. Okay, x into e raised to x. E means what? Inverse function. Am I right? Log function. L means algebraic function. T means trigonometric function. E means exponential function. Exponential function means, you know, e raised to x, e raised to minus x, e raised to 2x, like that. Trigonometric, you know, sine, cos, tan, secant square, cosec, cosec square, cosecant, like that. Algebraic means anything in terms of x. X means not only x, it can be like x raised to any degree. X raised to half, x raised to 2, x raised to 3, x raised to 3 plus 10 divided by minus 30, root x raised to 12, anything like that. Log, as you understood, log x square, that is 2 log x square plus 1. So in terms of log it should be. Inverse function means what? Sine inverse, cos inverse, this all things you know already, tan inverse, cot inverse. So I means what? Inverse function. What I have written the rule, no, that it should be like giving the priorities according to the order it comes. So if inverse function is there in this combination, then you have to take that as first. Here I will make you understand with this example, first one. X, is it algebraic? Okay, here you write. Is it exponential? Okay, fine. In this rule, you go by this direction. Which comes first, no, that you take it as first function. So I will go by this direction. Inverse, log, it is not there. Algebraic, it is there. So this it should be first function. Okay. Next, trigonometric, it is not there. Exponential. Remaining will be second function. If two functions are there, on going by left to right with the rule, what you get? The first one, no, that has to be considered as first function. Let me repeat. I laid, anything according to your convenience. You just remember it. I laid. Okay, that should not be. E laid something. According to your convenience or hint, you can just remember the you go by left to right direction, and which will come in the first row, that function is to be considered as first function in the given set combination. Okay, so inverse it is not there, I left, log it is not there in the given question, algebraic it is there, it means it should be considered as first function. Next, remaining is second function, is it not? So suppose sin inverse x into e raised to x into dx is there. Suppose, only to make you understand how the rule is going to be applied there. I inverse, so inverse this function it comes in the first row, that's why it is first function. Next, second is exponential. Okay, so if it is like sin inverse x into 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square into dx, so sin inverse x is first function. How can it be first function? Tell me. There are two functions. Am I right? This one is inverse function. This one is algebraic function. Which comes first? That you check. Inverse. I will write like this. Inverse. See? Go by the direction left to right. Which comes first? I. I means inverse. This is first function. Remaining is second function. That is how you have to identify. Okay. Now let us start with this one. Okay. What the rule says? First into second is equal to first function as it is. Integration of second minus integration, big integration you put. I will use red marker there. Okay. Next again, integration. Integration of second function and derivative of first function into dx. Okay, this is done. Understood. Now we identified x is the first function, exponential is the second function. With the functions only, here I will write x, integration of e raised to x minus, okay, integration of, I will write like this, afterwards we will integrate, okay. First function derivative here, derivative of, I will put, this is totally different to this one and this one into, it is not at all attached with this. D by dx of what? X into dx, because integration, no? So without a dx it is incomplete. Next, x as it is, integration of e raised to x is e raised to x minus derivative of x with respect to x is 1 with the integration, and integration of e raised to x is e raised to x. Next, x into e raised to x minus e raised to x, integration is e raised to x. This is done. So all the terms got integrated. Now what to be done? Put the square bracket and apply the limits. Limits are from 0 to 1. So let us take 0 to 1. In place of x, put upper limit 1. 1 into e raised to 1. 1 into e raised to 1 is e raised to 1 minus e raised to 1, because here also two terms are there. Wherever x is appearing, replace that by 1. 1, 1, 1. Okay. Minus. Put x equal to 0. 0 into anything. E raised to 0 is 1. Accurate. E raised to 0 is 1. 1 into 0, that is 0. Minus 0 minus e raised to 0. You must be knowing that e raised to 0 is nothing but 1. Minus sign. Minus minus together it will be plus. So these two will be cancelled because the same term with different signs. So 1 is the answer. Is this right? Got it everybody? Integration of one to function, first function as it is, integration of second minus integration of second into derivative of first function. Accordingly, if you do remember this formula, write as it is, then you can get it solved. And then apply limits and make it complete. Got it? I think this is sufficient for the first session. We will be continuing with many more examples in the next session. Till then, take care.